Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin. I hope you guys are having a good night or a good day or a good whatever you have, and I hope that is good. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking that thumbs up button. That means if you're on your mobile phone, on your iPad or your Android tablet or on your Xbox or your PlayStation, click that thumbs up button. Or if you're sitting at the computer, you right there, click it. Just click the thumbs up button. I want to say thank you to our normal subscribers for watching this video, because y'all know normally I don't talk about wrestling. I talk about it from time to time, or I might bring up something on the video. But this time I felt that I need to get on camera to talk about tonight's WWE Summerslam. I think it was either the 29th, the 28th or the 29th Summerslam. It has to be one of them. It has to be somewhere close. Yeah, somewhere around there. 28. I think it was the 28th. I think. It don't matter. That really don't matter. So, but anyway, this was the first time that SummerSlam was 4 hours long. They really want you to feel like SummerSlam is the WrestleMania of the summertime, you know, since it's 5 to 6 months apart sometime, or 4 to 5 months. I don't know. My mind is somewhere else. All I know is SummerSlam started off pretty good. It started off pretty good, and then, you know, it just got bad. I mean, this was not one of the SummerSlams where I would be like, I will remember this SummerSlam, I will never forget this SummerSlam. How about that? I think last year's SummerSlam was much better, and it was 3 hours long. I don't think that WrestleMania ever needs to be, not WrestleMania, I don't think that SummerSlam ever needs to be 4 hours again. I mean, it was a nice long show, but not enough to say, oh, I remember that match, and yes, this and everything was just so incredible. No, it was not. It wasn't one of the best SummerSlams. I'm just starting off by saying that. So, SummerSlam kicks off with Jon Stewart, you know, hyping up everybody, talking about SummerSlam and talking about the traditions and everything, and how we want to see a great show. He brings out Mick Foley. Mick Foley does his cheek pop saying, we're right here in Brooklyn, New York, and he was supposed to interview Brock Lesnar, and he thought it was The Rock, and I guess they thought, you know, the audience thought The Rock was going to come out, and that never happened. So anyway, they showed a little video package, and then now it's time for SummerSlam. So it's Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Randy Orton and Sheamus has a great match like they always do, and the springboard into the RKO, that was the highlight. Or you could say that the 3 bro kicks by Sheamus was the highlight of the match. I mean, he fucked Randy Orton up, and Sheamus ends up winning the match. But to me, you know what though? Let me tell you something. For me, SummerSlam, a lot of these matches is like, who cares? You know like how you watch the old school WrestleManias, and I'm talking about like maybe from WrestleMania 1 through 12, where you just wrestle at WrestleMania because you have a little rivalry. But that's how I felt that SummerSlam was. It's just these little rivalries that I guess culminates at SummerSlam, but it really didn't give me that. So I think that Randy Orton and Sheamus are going to have more dumb matches, and you know, I want to know when is Sheamus going to cash in and all of that stuff. So anyway, after that match, I think probably was the best match on the card was the Fatal 4-Way match between the Lucha Dragons, what's their names? Oh my God, Diego and Fernando. I forgot their fucking wrestling name. The New Day and the Primetime Players. I can't believe I forgot their names, but hey, it's okay. So anyway, that means they're non-effective. I can't remember. Shit. So anyway, that match right there, oh my goodness. That Kalisto, that motherfucker, he is amazing. He was just doing all of these moves and just so fast. He was so quick with it, I couldn't even keep up. The match was great. Big E and Titus O'Neil, to me, they were the highlights besides Kalisto of this match. Titus O'Neil is a motherfucking powerhouse, and he should be on World Championship level by now. He should be competing for the WWE Heavyweight Championship, or, you know, I think he should have been there. I think that he should have been aligned with the Authority a long time ago. Kane really didn't need that position, not to be the director of operations. I'm talking about Titus O'Neil just being like the bodyguard. He don't, Seth didn't need J&J security. He could have had somebody like Titus O'Neil up in there just to push him out there, to get him in the main event spotlight and stuff. You know, I just think that Titus is too good to be with Darren Darren Young. I'm sorry if y'all don't if y'all don't like what I had to say, but I think he is too good to be with Darren Young. I just think so. And I think that soon they should branch off. Not right now. I think they should go back after the titles, but I think that soon Titus O'Neil needs to be going for the WWE Championship, or at least the Intercontinental Championship, because I don't think he ever had it. So anyway, the match was great. It was a good match. The New Day won. The New Day and their dances and just their mannerisms and everything, I love it. And I love that the crowd were really into the New Day. I mean, I just can't believe it, because, you know, when they first started off, this was like, I don't think this shit is going to work. But 3-4 months afterwards, oh, everybody with the New Day sucks. New Day sucks. And they say New Day rocks. Like, I fucking love it. So, congratulations to the New Day. And I think that Big E is another wrestler in that tag team or in that stable that don't need to be there. He needs to be going for the heavyweight championship as well. We know he held the Intercontinental belt for a while, but his reign didn't really mean anything. And these titles need to start meaning something. So, after that match, Ryback versus The Miz versus The Big Show. Oh, that match, you know what? It was okay for the pinfalls and stuff, but other than that, the match meant absolutely nothing. This was a match that we waited for a month and a half to see because Ryback had his little injury or whatever. And something that made me upset is if The Big Show gives you the knockout punch, The Miz breaks up the count. How are you able to recover from the knockout punch so fast that Miz got knocked out from the punch and Ryback had time to throw Big Show over the top rope and he got the pinfall? That was just a weak finish to me. It was weak and the match didn't mean nothing. After that, I believe it was Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. To me, I'm bored with the I'm bored with Wyatt and Reigns feud. I'm very bored with it. I think that, you know, I don't know. I mean, the crowd I think the crowd messed up the match because they were booing Roman Reigns so much. So, to me, the win really didn't mean nothing. They cheered more for Ambrose than they did for Reigns. And I mean, I think they should be cheering for both of them. By now, I'm over Roman Reigns, you know, winning the Royal Rumble, because I was really upset about him winning the Royal Rumble because I don't think that it was his time. I don't think that he's really ready, and the WWE was trying to force him down our throats. Actually, that was the last time I did a video. And I think now he's really trying to re-establish himself, but him wrestling at SummerSlam, that didn't help him because the crowd was just so, you know, anti-Reigns. And it just messed up the end of that match, even though they did. I thought they were going to do the Doomsday device, but it was the elbow off the top rope, and then Ambrose hitting the dirty deeds, and Roman Reigns hitting the spear and getting the win. But it was just like, okay, whatever. What else happened? After that match, or if I'm skipping a match, I believe it was the Divas Revolution. The Divas Revolution, the triple threat and everything. Let me tell you something about that. The Divas Revolution thing is getting boring. It's getting boring because how many times we're going to see PCV versus the Team Bellas versus Team Bad? It's getting like every time we see them, we got to see all 9 of them. Why can't some of them be out on their own? Why do they only have to keep wrestling each other? There are other divas that they can wrestle and stuff like that. And then when you seen what Sasha and Bayley did the night before, that was just amazing. They had a good 20-25 minute match. It was fucking amazing. You didn't need the 7 other divas in the match, or nobody from different teams trying to come in. It was just a great women's wrestling match. And that's what the WWE needs. You want to start a revolution, you don't need divas stables. You don't need that. Let them go out there and wrestle. Or how about if you're going to have all of these divas, why can't you just bring in like a Divas Tag Team Championship belt, and then it will make the Divas Revolution thing more revolutionary to me? And Nikki Bella, she is like, she's going to break AJ Lee's record, but her reign doesn't mean nothing to me. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. I think that AJ Lee deserved that belt. She was a wrestler that deserved it, and she deserved that record. And I think that because of what went on with CM Punk and her leaving, AJ Lee leaving the WWE, they're trying to erase her history. So all the 290-something days that she had that title is going down the drain because Nikki Bella is going to break that record. And you know, the Bella Twins they cannot. I don't think that they can put on a match like the NXT women can do. They've never been a great wrestlers to me. But you know, I'm just bored with the Divas Revolution. I'm ready to see Naomi with the title. I want to see matches like Naomi versus Sasha and Sasha versus Paige, but not with everybody involved. Just let them go out there and wrestle, and maybe put 2 good Divas matches on during Raw and SmackDown, and that way we can see that this Divas Revolution thing is really picking up because it's a little stale right now. So anyway, PCB won the match, but okay, it doesn't matter. Nikki Bella should have been defending her championship belt. Again, that's an easy way for her to break AJ Lee's record going into Night of Champions. She will be the longest reigning Divas champion in history, and you know, break the record. You know, I mean, somebody can then beat Nikki Bella. But anyway, I don't care. Cesaro versus Owens. That match, I think it could have just been just a little bit better, but I don't think that they had enough time to play with. But seeing how fast SummerSlam ended, it was 3 hours and 45 minutes. I really think that Cesaro and Owens match, that match could have went a little bit longer. And they were saying that it was a match that Owens needed to win, and it really is a match that he needed to win because he can't be this badass motherfucker losing, being on a losing streak because he lost to Cena. He got pinned a couple of times, and he lost the night before at NXT Brooklyn. So I really think that it was good that he did beat Cesaro, but you know, I'm waiting for a good Cesaro push. Like, I don't want him to be getting pinned just because Tyson Kidd is not there. I want them to really like establish Cesaro, and Cesaro is you know what, he already is established, but he needs a belt. And I'm not talking about a tag team belt. He needs the Intercontinental belt. So anyway, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. I will tell you this, it was better than their WrestleMania 30 match. It was better. Much, much better. Undertaker got around a little bit, not faster, but he moved a little bit more. He was still tired as hell, but hey, that's the Undertaker. I love the Undertaker, and I'm glad that he's still doing his motherfucking thing. Great back and forth match, but that ending was bullshit. The ending was bullshit because, okay, I knew when Brock Lesnar had Undertaker's arm, I'm like, wait a minute, Undertaker is pinning him. He's pinning him the whole time. Brock Lesnar's shoulders are on the mat. And then John Legend. John, you know, Bradshaw, he's saying, hey, his shoulders are on the mat. Pin him, Undertaker. So Undertaker sits up to pin him while he's in the Kimura lock. And the ref runs from one side to the other side so he can see, you know, Brock Lesnar's shoulders while he counts the pinfall. He counts one time, and then all of a sudden, the bell rings because they say Undertaker tapped out. He tapped out on his side or whatever. So the bell rings. The ref gets upset with the timekeeper, like, you know, hey, motherfucker, like, you don't ring no goddamn bells around here. I'm the one that tells you to ring the bell. So it's this big back and forth going on. Paul Heyman, he really made that match to me as well because his facial expressions, his mannerisms, he was just like, his face expressions was telling the fucking story of the match. I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but y'all really have to, if you rewatch that match, look at Paul Heyman's expressions. He was selling that match. He sold this match the whole fucking time. The match too big for WrestleMania. Come on, man. So anyway, So while the ref is cursing out the timekeeper, Undertaker kicks Brock Lesnar in the nuts. He puts him in the Hell's Gate. Lesnar says, "Fuck you," and passes out. And Undertaker wins. Undertaker wins the match. Undertaker goes to the back knowing that he cheated to win. And Paul Heyman gets the microphone, gets upset, and SummerSlam goes off. I mean, he just really pepped up Brock Lesnar like, yeah, you lost, but it's okay because you made the Undertaker tap out. But we all know that people tap out all the time when a ref isn't looking. And then all of a sudden something happens and, you know, that's it. So, I mean, hey, it happened. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. You know what, though? I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes I could get bored. I think that in our time, or in my time of watching wrestling, I'm 30 now, there's never been one wrestler on a roster that has been dominant for over 10 years. So normally they leave for due to an injury, they leave because they're retiring, or they're leaving to do movies. You know, The Rock and everybody else, or they couldn't work out their contracts. So we've never had a wrestler on a roster that's just been there for so freaking long and is still dominant. And that's what it is with John Cena. John Cena is still the man whether he holds a belt or not. So going into this match, I didn't think that John Cena would end up winning this match. I knew that Seth Rollins would win, but not in the way that he won. And I think that John Cena and Seth Rollins, they botched on too much in this match. It was a lot of botches going on. When I say botch, for those that don't understand what I'm talking about, they mean they fucked up on a lot of the moves, a lot of the spots. And I noticed that throughout the entire pay-per-view, that a lot of moves were fucked up. And, you know, I really don't care about the Ziggler and Rusev thing. I know I didn't talk about it. The shit ended in a disqualification. Who does that on a pay-per-view? Who does that? I mean, I guess they're doing whatever the fuck they want to do because some of y'all watch for free and some of us pay $9.99. So anyway, they messed up on a lot of the spots. But their match was still pretty good. And when will Seth Rollins hit the fucking Phoenix Splash? When will he actually hit it? I'm tired of seeing him miss, or I'm tired of seeing him go for it and he does the roll afterwards. I want to see him fucking like splash and win, because that could be his fucking finishing move. That can be his finishing move. So what? He's a bad guy, and bad guys normally don't do the whole thing. I think that he should do that. I think he should. That should be his finishing move, since he can't do the curb stomp anymore. But anyway, he pulled off some great moves. He did moves probably from his way back in the wrestling days at other promotions, but it was just, he was just showing you, this is how bad I'm willing to win this match. And Jon Stewart fucked this match up. And a lot of people were saying to me on Twitter, this is where SummerSlam went downhill, and I agree. Because, I don't know. It just wasn't a good one. Some of y'all might say this review ain't good, because I skipped Stardust and Stephen Amell. Let me tell you something. King Barrett didn't need to be in this match, but hey, whatever. I think that for a celebrity guest wrestler, Stephen Amell did a great job. And of course, no celebrity loses in the WWE. So of course they were going to win. So anyway, back to the John Cena, Seth Rollins thing. So now, will Seth Rollins get the statue? What's going to happen with the U.S. title? Will he defend it every week instead of defending the WWE Championship? What's going to happen at Night of Champions? Will he defend the belt 2 times? Will Cena get his rematch tomorrow night? I don't know. There's just so much going on right now, man. And will Undertaker and Brock Lesnar have their match at WrestleMania 32? I don't know. I wanted Kane to show up, and I wanted Kane to help the Undertaker get this win, or Kane to be involved in the match in some type of capacity, because I think that was needed. Because everybody kept saying, oh, Kane, you know, they talk about his family and Kane gets upset and you're not the monster you used to be anymore, and he isn't. So I wanted Kane to come back in the full Kane suit. What kind of mask would he wear? I don't know. But, you know, I want Kane to come back, and I want Kane to have a good run and then retire. That's all. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, SummerSlam, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I would give SummerSlam a 5 out of 10. And next year, I hope that WrestleMania goes back to 3 hours. SummerSlam goes back to 3 hours. Because I keep thinking the 4-hour thing. It doesn't need to compete with WrestleMania being 4 hours. It wasn't enough surprises. It wasn't enough celebrities to give you that WrestleMania feel for 4 hours. It just didn't have that magic that WrestleMania has. If maybe if they do SummerSlam in an outdoor arena next year, or maybe in 2 years, and then give it that 4-hour film, then it could be the WrestleMania of the summertime, the way they're building it and building it up. You know, I just think it needs a little bit more star power. So anyway, y'all, yes, I guess SummerSlam a 5 out of 10. Let me know what y'all thought of SummerSlam. Leave it in the comments below. I'll reply to you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.